Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something that, well, it really shatters the everyday. Getting that unexpected official summons, that moment where your whole world, your routine, is just thrown into question by some authority, that operates on its own weird logic.
Exactly. And that unsettling feeling is right at the heart of the source material we're diving into today.
Yeah, okay.
We're looking at excerpts that introduce us to this character, Kay, and his first really bizarre encounter with some kind of legal process he just can't figure out. Yeah, quite a trip into the absurd.
So our mission really is to walk through Kay's very strange Sunday. We want to pull out those nuggets of insight about facing these opaque, maybe even corrupt systems.
And the psychological toll, right?
Exactly. What happens when your normal life just gets smashed by an authority that doesn't play by any rules you recognize?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. So Kay gets his phone call. Pretty jarring. He's told there's a short hearing about his affair, that specific Sunday.
And the voice on the phone, it's contradictory, isn't it? Promising regular, frequent hearings.
Yeah, like maybe not every week, but often.
But also aiming for a swift conclusion while being thorough. It makes no sense. Speed and endless scrutiny.
It's a very strange mix.
And think about the scheduling itself. Sunday, explicitly chosen so it doesn't mess with his bank job.
Right.
Then they casually offer night hearings, but dismiss it because Kay would presumably not be fresh enough. It feels less like consideration and more like mockery, almost.
Showing they can invade his personal time, but pretend to care about his job.
Precisely. And the location, some out-of-the-way, lower-class district where Kay had never been before, it's designed to disorient him from the start.
And Kay's reaction. He just hangs up, no reply.
Silent defiance.
But inside, he's already decided. He has to go. He sees it as needing to take a stand against that.
Yeah, he thinks this first hearing must also be the last. He's trying to seize control right back, even though he knows nothing.
Then, as if things weren't weird enough, right after that call, an interruption.
Oh, the yacht invitation.
Yes, the bank's deputy manager, someone Kay had never got on well with, invites him to a large party on his yacht. Same Sunday morning.
And the public prosecutor, Haster, is going to be there. The timing is just incredible.
So awkward.
But what's really telling is how Kay sees this invitation. It's not just a party invite to him.
No, he thinks it's an olive branch.
Right, and even a humiliation for the deputy manager for having to offer it. He sees it as proof he's getting important at the bank.
It shows how he's coping, doesn't it? Clinging to his professional status like a shield.
It's a classic defense mechanism, using that strong external identity to ward off this personal chaos. But does that actually help him here, you think? Or does it just blind him?
That's a good question. It gives him a moment of feeling in control, maybe. But yeah, maybe it stops him seeing how truly bizarre this whole court thing is. Because he can't resist twisting the knife, adding that second humiliation. He politely declines the yacht party. Prior engagement.
But his mind is totally elsewhere, right? He hangs around the phone long after the call ends.
Yeah, and when he finally snaps out of it, he makes up some flimsy excuse about forgetting the time for his prior engagement. Makes the refusal look even more like pure defiance.
It really shows how much that summons is weighing on him. Even with this work stuff happening, he's forcing himself to answer the deputy manager's questions.
But mentally.
He's locked onto arriving at that court at 9 o'clock? 9, because that's when courts normally start on weekdays. He's trying to force normal rules onto this abnormal situation.
So Sunday morning arrives, it's overcast. Kay is very tired. He was out late celebrating, almost overslept.
Right, so he's already off balance.
Dresses in a hurry, no breakfast, no time to really think through any kind of plan, just rushes off to this weird district.
And the district itself, it's a world away from his usual life. Tall, gray buildings, this awful noise from an old gramophone.
Yeah, chaotic street life. Kids, vendors.
It strips away his banker identity immediately, makes him feel exposed, out of place. It's like a deliberate psychological move separating him from his confidence.
And then it gets even weirder. He sees people he knows.
Those 3 bank clerks, Rabensteiner, Kulich, and Kaminer.
Yeah, who he knows are somehow involved in his affair, and they're just watching him as he's rushing along.
Adds this layer of paranoia, doesn't it? This feeling of being observed.
Definitely.
And then there's that internal conflict about the cab. He refuses one. He abhorred the idea of any, even the most minor assistance. Doesn't want to confide in anyone.
Plus, he doesn't want to seem too eager, right? Doesn't want to humble himself by excessive punctuality.
Exactly. Pride. But then, almost immediately,
he starts running.
yeah, he starts running to get there by 9 anyway. It shows that battle inside him, pride versus this desperate need to control things, even if it means contradicting himself. He wants to look defiant, but he's clearly scared.
So he finally makes it to the building. It's huge, unusually extensive high gateway.
And warehouses around this big courtyard with names on them he recognizes from the bank.
Yeah, that's a weird detail. Makes his alien place feel strangely connected to his work life. Blurs the lines.
The courtyard itself is just chaotic. A guy reading, kids in a cart, laundry hanging. It's so mundane.
Completely at odds with his serious hearing. And Kay's getting annoyed, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Strangely negligent or offhand treatment because nobody told him the exact room number.
It feels deliberate, not just an oversight. Like a tactic to frustrate him, make him wander around lost.
Force him to play their game on their turf.
So he needs a plan to find the room. He remembers a guard saying the court is attracted by guilt.
Logical in a strange way.
So he just picks the first staircase he sees, but then he's immediately blocked by playing children.
Who give him angry looks.
Right. And he thinks, if I have to come back, I'm bringing sweets or my stick. You see his frustration building, maybe getting a bit aggressive.
So then he tries his lands strategy on the first floor.
Ah, yes, the fictional carpenter.
He makes up this name, Lands, just so he has an excuse to peek into all these open rooms.
And what does he find?
Just life. People sleeping, sick people in beds, women cooking, babies. Total domestic chaos.
Not exactly courtrooms.
Not at all. And he gets passed from neighbor to neighbor, dragged from story to story. It shows how invasive this court thing is, just woven into ordinary people's lives. Is he really searching or just seeing how messed up and pervasive the system is?
He starts regretting the whole Lance plan.
Yeah.
Seemed clever, now just feels pointless.
Yeah, by the 5th floor, he's ready to give up.
But then, just annoyed at the pointlessness of it all, he turns back, knocks on one more door.
And a washerwoman just points through there to the next room.
He goes in, and wow, it's a scene.
Describe.
Medium-sized room, 2 windows, but it's filled by a jostling throng of all sorts of people, just packed.
And they ignore him completely.
Totally. And above there's a gallery, also crammed full with people standing bent over, heads almost touching the ceiling.
And the air.
Muggy, stifling. Not what he expected at all. The sheer number of people is intense.
His first reaction is key, isn't it? He steps back out.
Yeah, says something like, it's so full.
But the washerwoman just pushes him back, says no one else is allowed in.
Too full, yet no one else allowed. Makes no sense.
Exactly. It highlights the absurd logic. And it forces Kay to comply, takes away his agency right there.
So he goes in. He's led down this narrow path, like an aisle. He thinks it might be separating 2 parties.
Trying to make sense of it.
And most people are wearing these old, long Sunday coats. He initially thinks maybe it's a district political meeting, still trying to fit it into a familiar box.
Then he sees the examining magistrate.
Yeah, brought to this little table on a low, crowded platform.
And the magistrate himself, small, fat, wheezing man, laughing and chatting with someone behind him.
Not exactly the image of solemn justice. It feels almost like a farce, but still intimidating because of the crowd.
Definitely.
And the magistrate's first words, a direct attack.
The reprimand.
You should have been here an hour and 5 minutes ago.
Which immediately gets a reaction. General muttering from the right side of the hall. Sets up this division.
So Kay decides to play it cool. Observe more than talk.
Smart move, maybe. Trying to figure out the dynamics.
So instead of making excuses, he just says, perhaps I have arrived late, but now I'm here.
And that gets applause. But only from the right again. The left side. Silent.
Yeah, and Kay immediately starts thinking, how do I win them over? He's reading it like a political rally.
He's trying to navigate it based on what he knows.
The magistrate then sort of backs down a bit. Says he's no longer obliged to question you, but will do it exceptionally today. Warns him not to be late again.
And then Kay gets physically pushed onto the platform by the crowd behind him, so much so he has to brace himself so he doesn't knock the magistrate over.
The whole thing is so undignified.
And the magistrate's main tool, this school exercise book, old and falling to pieces, that's his case file.
Apparently. And his first question isn't even a question. It's just, you are a painter and decorator.
Just completely wrong, shows I don't care who he actually is. It's instantly disorienting.
Kay corrects him immediately. No, I am senior accountant with a large bank.
And the right side bursts out laughing. Hearty laughter.
So much that Kay feels he has to join in, maybe try to diffuse it or just fit in somehow.
Could be. But the magistrate is furious, shakes his finger at the gallery below. Seems kind of powerless against the crowd, actually.
Meanwhile, the left side stays calm and silent. It's all very theatrical,
Yeah.
like Kay's performing on a stage.
So Kay decides, okay, I'm speaking for the silent ones on the left.
And he launches in, challenges the magistrate directly, says these proceedings are only valid if I recognize them as such, calls the whole thing a mess.
Bold move.
Yeah.
Confronting their authority head on.
And how does the magistrate react?
He seems struck, sits down slowly, like he needs to compose himself. Kay's words actually landed, momentarily shifted the power.
Kay seizes the moment, takes it up a level.
He grabs the notebook.
That little school book, holds it up with disgust, calls it the examining magistrate's files, a closed book to him.
And then drops it. Drops it right there. Total humiliation for the magistrate in front of everyone. Symbolic contempt.
Huge acts of defiance.
Then he broadens his argument, says his case isn't just about him.
Right? It's merely an individual case, but a sign of the way many people are treated.
Declares he's taking a stand for them, not for myself.
And someone shouts, "Bravo!" from the crowd. He's trying to turn his personal problem into a public cause. Rally the room.
He then tells his story of the arrest. 10 days ago, early morning.
The corrupt riffraff guards demanding bribes.
The dull-witted, arrogant supervisor in that poor woman's polluted room.
And he claims bank clerks were messing with his photos, specifically to spread rumors and ruin his reputation, painting it as a deliberate personal attack.
He insists he's innocent, obviously, and then starts analyzing the system itself. Says the whole thing was just inconvenience and passing irritation for him, but could have been much worse.
And that he claims he sees it. A secret sign.
Yes. He says he sees the magistrate give a secret sign to someone in the crowd, interprets it as a command for booing or applause.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Or sharp observation. Hard to tell. But he sees the whole thing as manipulated theater.
Which leads him to his next move.
He raps the table. Demands attention. Says the whole business is a matter of indifference to me, but offers insights if this so-called court is of any interest.
And silence falls. He actually has their full attention for a second.
It's in that silence he lays out his big theory, the large organization.
Quietly but powerfully, he describes this vast, corrupt system behind everything.
Venal guards, foolish supervisors, examining magistrates who are at best unassuming.
And above them, judges of highest standing, with this huge entourage of officials, clerks, even executioners.
And its purpose, arresting innocent persons and instituting pointless, fruitless proceedings.
He even asks to see the depots where they keep the property of arrested people, trying to expose the whole hidden machinery. It's his grand explanation for the chaos.
But just as he's laying this out, an interruption.
The screeching.
Yeah, this awful screeching from the back. It's the washerwoman being dragged into a corner by some guy. But he's the one screeching.
Bizarre. And a crowd gathers. People in the gallery seem delighted, like it's entertainment.
Totally disrupts Kay's flow, his moment of revelation.
And as Kay tries to get things back under control, someone physically stops him. That's when it hits him.
He realizes he's being restricted in his freedom, jumps off the platform, and then he sees it.
The badges.
Yes, badges of various sizes and colors on their coat collars.
On everyone.
Everyone in the room, including the magistrate, the whole two parties thing, applause on one side, silence on the other.
A complete setup, a ruse. They're all part of the same system.
That's his big, shocking realization. Shatters his whole analysis.
And it just explodes out of him.
Pure fury. "You're all officials," he shouts. "You're the corrupt gang I was inveighing against."
Accuses them of pretending to be two different parties, the applause just being a way to test me.
Says they were trying to seduce innocent people. He finally sees the manipulation for what it is.
It's a moment of real anger, but also clarity for him.
So with that realization, he's done. Grabs his hat, elbows his way out. Through this general silence, he thinks it's absolute surprise, like he's stunned them, exposed their game. Feels like a victory lap.
But the magistrate is quick, catches him right at the door.
And delivers that final kind of chilling warning.
Yeah, points out that Kay has just forfeited the benefit a man who has been arrested can always derive from a hearing.
It's subtle, but it's a threat, isn't it? Hints that walking out like this has consequences Kay doesn't understand. Undermines his feeling of triumph.
Kay just laughs it off, though. Laughs at the door.
Shouts, "You can keep your hearings, you blackguards!" and bolts down the stairs. Still defiant.
But what happens right after he leaves?
The noise of the meeting returning to life. Behind him.
Like they're just discussing the events in the way students do?
Yeah. Suggests maybe his big dramatic exit wasn't that big a deal to them. The system just rolls on. He was maybe just a momentary distraction.
Wow. So quite a journey for Kay, from that baffling summons that just upended his world.
Through defiance, that strange trip, the chaotic courtroom, his big speech.
Culminating in that shocking discovery about the badges, the true nature of the court. He thought he was fighting a corrupt system, and he definitely exposed how manipulative it was.
Yeah, the theatricality of it all.
Kay's whole experience, it really makes you think about power, doesn't it? And the illusion of choice you sometimes have when facing these big systems.
That feeling of being trapped, confused, controlled.
And his defiance. It's powerful, sure, but what does it actually achieve against something so baffling? Is just exposing it enough? Or does real resistance need something else?
It does make you wonder, how often do we encounter systems in our own lives, that have hidden agendas, where the sides aren't really opposed?
How do you even tell what's real information and what's just deliberate manipulation, especially when they blur the lines so well and the whole setup feels designed to test you?
Exactly.
And think about this. Kay left feeling like he'd won, exposed the corrupt gang, walked away.
Right.
But by just dismissing it all and forfeiting that benefit the magistrate mentioned, did he really win? Or did he just take himself off the board in a game he never fully grasped?
Maybe missed chances.
Ugh.
Or maybe even sealed his fate by walking out.
It raises the question, what does it actually mean to win against a system that operates in the shadows, where the rules themselves are part of the trick and even your defiance might be part of their plan? Something to think about.